Hey Clashers, and welcome back to another video. And well, actually I was yesterday doing a couple of Queen Charge hybrid attacks in my live stream, and actually I had pretty good success with that. So let's try this again today with some live attacks. This is the army composition which I'm running right now. A lot of people say I should run more headhunters, but if I'm completely honest, I forget to place them anyway, so it's not worth it to bring more headhunters in this army composition when I'm forgetting them anyway. So this is the army link. If you want to copy it, it's down below in the description. And I think we should get started with some nice legend attacks with Queen Charge hybrid, and let's see if we can beat some of those nasty bases and get those 3 stars. So let's hop in there and let's check it out. But before we're hopping in there, one quick reminder, because there's a lot of offers in the shop with different things, like for example the Barbarian King skin. And if you're thinking about buying any of those, make sure to use a creator code. I mean, it's for you 5 seconds, like 1, 2, and then obviously putting in the creator code. If you would like to support me, it's current creator code ITSU. And well, for us, as I already said, it's a huge support. Thank you so much for all of that. And now let's get into it and get some cups from those, well, toxic bases and legends. This time around though, I want to highlight more like the guide aspect of this. This is why we're going to talk over this, just so I can explain everything perfectly for you guys. So you guys can use Queen Charge hybrid again in Legends and Clan War, wherever you want to use it. First base is going to be this teaser setup base. And one of the most important things which you always have to go for with Queen Charge hybrid, with a couple of exceptions which we're talking about later, but the first thing you always have to go for is the Town Hall. This is like one of the key things you want to take down if possible with your Queen Charge. It's super important. Like, the Town Hall poison is not nice to your hybrid troops whatsoever. It's one of the most annoying things. So yeah, taking that out nice and early is always a great thing to do. On this one, we'll just keep raging up, just trying to keep my queen alive and pushing her through. I'm using only one headhunter, and this is why I'm using the rage early, because with only the one headhunter, I think it took some time to go through all of the storages, and this is why we're just using the queen and charging in there and getting as much value as possible. Obviously adding a couple of test dunes as well, because there's always a lot of traps around that town hall. As soon as the NATO is popping up, I know I have a problem, because this NATO is so annoying and so many people are using it around the town hall. Especially in mid to lower range trophies. So using an invisibility spell is giving you so much power, because it's keeping your queen alive. You can actually retarget a lot of things. Make sure that maybe you are getting into a better situation with your queen. And this is kind of the key thing. Now just sending everything in. King already funneled, hybrid is in, Hawk Rise, everything. Be careful with the first couple of eagle shots. Those eagle shots can really hurt your minus. I had a couple of attacks where those eagle shots just one-shot my my minus, which is not a cool thing, even in the heal spell. So if you see your minus are grouping up like really bad, just use the warden ability. It's not worth it to delay the warden ability just too much, just to save it for the core. If you're losing your minus right away, it's going to be a 1-star or a low percentage 2-star, so maybe I should just use it a bit earlier. He's spending the core to keep everything alive, and the King and the P.E.K.K.A. broke them in on the right side to make sure the pathing is even better. And on this one, obviously, sure, the defense is not maxed, but with having the swag freeze still in place and everything, we could easily make that work anyway. So this is how you attack those teaser diamond-shaped bases. Obviously, there's sometimes Inferno Towers behind those. If it's like more like a better base, like those teaser bases, they're not too good, to be honest. But if it's a diamond-shaped base with like a single Inferno Tower behind the tunnel, this is where things are getting tricky and where you have to get a bit creative. But still, either way, this is how you can easily get those teaser bases. Now to a diamond-shaped base, and this base has a pretty classic setup when it comes down to a couple of like 2-month, maybe old bases. Because you can charge the tunnel really easily. And I want to give you one huge trick on this one, how you can easily wreck those bases way better. I see a lot of people just charging in from the bottom side, let the queen decide whatever way, but they're doing that inside the base. So what they do is wall breaking into the wizard tower. Never ever do that. Try to hug one of those outside walls. So what you're doing here, and what the best option is yes, you can place your queen at the bottom side. Maybe you should already have like one side in mind. For me, it's like the right side right now. And you want to wall break as close to the right compartment as possible without opening that compartment. That's really important. And what this does, it's doing exactly what's happening right now. It's keeping the queen outside of the poison range. And this is kind of the key thing, because right now you see, typically when you're charging into the town hall, you're always running into the town hall poison. But with making sure that you're wall breaking so far on the outside, it is really easy for your queen to dodge that town hall poison. This is exactly what we're seeing right now. By the time where the queen would step maybe onto the town hall poison, it's already running out. Keeping the rage safe, like there's the clan castle coming out. This guy has a really random clan castle, but whatever. And then the next step is just like sending in the king, sending in the hybrid. At this point, if the queen charge is going as good at this one, the base has no chance whatsoever to defend this attack. Like, even with the best spring traps in the world, I believe it's not possible to defend this attack. The queen took down every single expo, the town hall, the clan castle. Just way too many buildings already got taken down by your charge. And at this point, even the pathing is great. Like, it's looking really, really good pathing wise. You need to make sure that your hybrid is staying alive in the core though. Like, use your warden ability, not delay it for too long. And then if you have still spells over from your queen charge, just use it for the hybrid. For my example, I'm just using the rage in the core, taking everything down. Obviously now the heal spell is needed to get through the scatter shot, since that one is max and everything is dealing a ton of damage. It's never a nice thing. But either way, Hog Riders are cleaning out the top side, or at least part of the top side. Miners did split up a little bit, but at the same time, as I said, with having such an opener of a queen charge, you can pretty much do whatever you want with hybrid. Like, it's such an easy thing. As I said, use this small trick with your queen and the location of the wall break to make sure you're wall breaking the correct angle to let your queen dodge the town of poison nearly entirely. So this is super important. Now we have the baby dragon at the top side, clearing out the next Tesla, and we have so many spells left. Like, this is crazy how easy you can wreck those bases, and those diamond shaped bases, especially if you can get the tunnel for free as this one, it's going to be an easy 40 cups for you. So now let's get to the next base. Let's get to the next style of base, which is going to be a ring base. And this setup of base is really, like, those bases are typically the most annoying to attack, I feel like, where you have to send your hybrid into the town hall. This is not the nicest thing to do, but you have to do it on those attacks. And what you typically do is you create pathing with your queen, which means you're charging one of the flanks. For us, we have the option of charging it from the bottom side or from the right side. I'm choosing to go from the right side with one big reason, and this is, yeah, the clan castle is one tie further in that side, which means we can lure that easier with our queen. This is the only reason why I'm charging from the top side instead of from the bottom side. Yeah, trying to fun already with my wizard, trying to push the queen into the right direction, make sure that she's actually getting access to all of those defenses, and then walking alongside the outside, pushing everything in, because the next thing why we're starting from the bottom right with our hybrid is because we have a nice pathing into the town hall. With like those Inferno Towers, the clan castle as a building itself is luring everything in for us, and well, this is obviously pretty nice to get the path into the town hall. If we're sending everything from the top side though, it might happen that everything is skipping the town hall. This is why you need pathing into the town hall if it's possible. If it's a complete ring base, which is kind of rare at the moment, but if you're facing something like this, you always need to be careful, and you always need to make sure that you're actually creating pathing into the town hall. This is what we're doing with sending everything in over the clan castle. Now send everything in. Remember, use your headhunter for the defending king mainly. Like, this is most of the time the main threat. Eagle shots are hitting hard. I'm not really noticing that just yet. I'm still being annoyed by my queen because she's stepping into the wrong direction back. And we lost already a lot of miners and hog riders at this point because I was just not paying attention, to be honest. Still, it's looking decent because, as you said, you can overpower those bases typically pretty nicely. And in addition, obviously, you can see it as well, this base is not even close to being maxed at all. And yeah, now the Royal Champion is splitting into the Town Hall direction, taking that out. The Queen is still inside, I broke her in to make sure that she can reach even more buildings. And at this point, you can see how devastating this Town Hall poison can be, taking down a lot of, a big part of my army composition. But still, the miners are going strong for the back end. And the majority, like the most important thing, is actually that the Royal Champion is surviving the core. Like, typically when you have other ring bases or setups of ring bases, if you can make sure that the Royal Champion is surviving the core, typically your queen should survive as well because she's going around the outside. Except my queen, she's stupid. Then you should still be easily doing it. And well, this is going to be yet again another 3-star. And this is how you can still use hybrid in Legend. Obviously, it's not like a S plus strategy wise right now, because I had a couple of times where just the eagle shots, as I said, just one shot my miners when they're grouping up unluckily, which is never a good thing. So yeah, it's still an S plus strategy, but it's still possible to use if you can actually master it. And well, I hope I was able to bring it a bit closer to you just a little bit. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys back tomorrow for the next one. Until then, see ya and bye bye.